jump out of water. So we'll see if we're more successful in getting him to go in this time. And give him a little kick there for encouragement. I lost my stirrup, but quickly got it back. That happens sometimes in jumping water. You can get unseated because you're not sure what the horse is going to do. As we can see, Robert's really learned to handle this concept. He's comfortable with jumping into water and then jumping out. So now we'll make it a little difficult, more difficult, by adding a fence in front of the water and asking him to jump the fence, then jump into the water, and then jump out. And he's a little hesitant, but as you can see, he's getting the idea. Horses are such quick learners. There he's much more confident. So we'll add another fence, this time on the other side of the water. So we'll jump a fence through the water and another fence out. And that's terrific. He's really doing a good job. Now let's see what it looks like in real live competition. It's a real statement about the generosity and the intelligence of these creatures to see that they can go from just learning to get their feet wet to tackling such an obstacle like this.
Hans-Wele Schmutz. Well, he's finishing his trip around this 4 1/2 mile course. And with penalty points, Tad, out of the individual gold.
That's right, and he certainly has to be disappointed.
And of course, he's over the 13-minute optimum time point as he's going to the flowers and the finishing flag.
That's right, Chris. You know, when you have a stop, it doesn't only cost you jumping penalties. It costs you time penalties as well, because you have to go back out, reposition yourself, and try again.
Bill, he may have been the only eventer here at these Olympic Games, but the Swiss Dressage and Grand Prix jumping team will make their presence known later on.
They sure will.
Okay, we're going to come back to Fairbanks Ranch, scene of the cross-country, the thrilling cross-country in the 3-day eventing.
Within a 60-mile radius of Los Angeles, you can find more theme or amusement parks than in any other city of its size in the country.
21-year-old eventer from West Germany, standing 18th after dressage, coming here. He has just gone beyond the hay rack, which is the 24th obstacle in a group of 33.
That's right, Chris, and he just had what I think is going to be put down as a stop at the water, which is going to lower his score by 20 points.
Yet to come in our live coverage here is Lucinda Green, the world champion, 4th in the standing following dressage. And for the United States team, Bill Steinkraus, standing 2nd after dressage, Bruce Davidson.
That's right. They've got some ground to make up, actually, because a couple of good dressage performances have already finished, especially Karen Stives, with no faults on the cross country.
And there is a first refusal.
Is just having
20.
another refusal here at the ski jump. And actually, every time that horse steps back, it's counted as another refusal. So he might well have 2 stops just there. Every time the horse takes a step back and is represented to the fence, that's a stop. And he jumps in really big there and manages to get out over the bank in all right form.
You can have refusals at each fence, right, Bill?
You sure can. You can't have more than 3 at any one fence, but you could accumulate a lot of refusals by taking those little steps back.
This is Freedom he's on, an 11-year-old brown gelding, German bred.
Actually, the interesting part about this, Chris, is that he won the last selection trial for the Germans.
And here's an interesting graphic. 3 women are in the lead for individual honors. Get that. The first time a woman competed in 3-day eventing was in the 1964 Olympic Games, an American named Lana DuPont Wright. What strides the ladies have made. 3 ladies in the lead.
That's really
and 2 from the United States.
And that's the best part about it.
And of course, Virginia Holgate of Great Britain and Lucinda Green, her teammate, yet to go. As we indicated, Bruce Davidson, too, will come out on this 4 1/2 mile course. Meanwhile, we're watching the West German, Bill.
Yes, the Germans are not out of it entirely for some kind of a medal, because they got 2 horses around here very well with penalty points in the high 70s. So they're still in the hunt. They're not entirely out of touch. The British are in a tough tack tactical situation now because their third rider, Diana Clapham, had a fall and 165 penalty points at the end of the cross-country day. They have got to be able to get rid of that score by having Lucinda Green go very well. The United States, on the other hand, has 3 horses around. The worst of them went in 66.4 penalty points. That was Mike Plum. And Karen Stives and Torrance Fleischman are 49.2 and 60.4 respectively. So we're in a strong position. The United States really has a good crack both at the team gold and the individual gold medal.
You know, West German continuing his trek around here at Fairbanks Ranch.
This is a very young German team. Indeed.
Yes, Tesdorf, in fact, won one of their trials, and that was considered a surprise. He was rather an outsider.
Of course, has plenty of gallop left in him, though. The German horses have been very fit today.
As we're getting down the list now here at Fairbanks Ranch on the course, there are more horses on the course. In fact, we have this West German, and we have Breisner of Sweden along with David Foster of Ireland. So they're all making their run for it, and in their cases, they're not standing too high on the list following their dressage.
And this is Joran Breisner with Bobalong. This is a tremendous little horse.
In the meantime, Tad, we have a score on Hans-Welle Schmutz, and with his stop and the time penalties, he has a total now of 72.6, so he was not within reach of a medal.
Joran Breisner is going the long way at the Fairbanks. The quick way through there is over a 6.5-foot drop, but he elects not to take that punishing route and goes a little bit longer way, which will cost some time, but he jumps very well through there. Freedom has had one refusal at that fence he just cleared. That's going to lower his score even more. He's really not having a good day, but it's not surprising because he's a very inexperienced rider.
That was the Mission Wall. Now he's coming to the Fallen Monarch, which is a gigantic redwood log trucked down from Northern California.
Neil Ayer, who's the course designer for this wonderful cross-country course, has to be pleased with what he's done here. The good horses have gotten around. They've made it look easy. The horses that didn't really belong here have had a tough time. So that's exactly what you want to do in an Olympic situation, is you want to sort them out.
Yeah, Dad, I think he's got to be thrilled with what happened here, because if the 3-day cross-country doesn't go just right, it can be quite ugly.
So we're going to return to this ideal setting for the cross-country phase of the 3-day event. There will be more. Don't go away.
30 seconds.
Okay, Frank, and your home state, there is no more ideal setting for the cross-country phase of the 3-day event. And you're looking at the world champion from Great Britain, Lucinda Green. 30 years old, 5'9", 146 pounds, and she's just whispered a secret to Regal Realm, that 13-year-old Bay Gelding.
Chris, I can't wait to see her ride. She is one of the best cross-country riders of all time.
Her penalty points there were for her dressage phase. In other words, coming in here standing 22nd.
That's right, which is not a very good dressage score, but if she has a good cross-country round here, she still has a shot for a medal of some sort.
This is David Foster coming to the Western Ghost Town, one of the 33 obstacles here at Fairbanks Ranch.
He's taking a little bit of the longer way through here, Chris. It involves more twisting and turning. And he does that quite well. That's one of the smoothest trips we've seen through the slow way. It probably added 10 seconds onto his time, which is what they're really trying to avoid. They have to come in under 13 minutes if they don't want any time penalties.
David standing 41st following dressage at another great facility, Santa Anita Racetrack, dressage and jumping. David is 29 years old, an officer in the Irish Army.
And this is Watt's wall. It's a huge solid wall, and he jumped it very well. Gives him a good pat. You know, that really boosts their confidence as they go along on this course. And horses need a lot of confidence. Joran Breisner, he's just 2 fences away from home. Seems to be going very well indeed.
17th after dressage for the Swedish three-day eventer, and he's heading now toward the finish. He'll have the flowers, last fence, the flags and flowers. And what an experience for him and the other riders that have completed the course, a field of 48. And it's been exciting.
This horse has been very impressive here. He's got a time of 13:40, which is a good bit over the time of 13 minutes that we need, but nonetheless, he's had a good round. The horse has jumped well, and he has no jumping penalties.
3 women are in the individual lead, Stives, Holgate, and Fleischman. But one is out on the course, the current world champion, Lucinda Green, on Regal Realm.
And she's just had a great fence at fence number 4, which is the Mark of Zorro. She took the corner there, which you can see is quite a gamble. She's coming up to the Crescent Oxer now, a very big fence with a 6-foot spread. She really sits back over the drop there because it's a long way down.
Well, she's just marvelous cross country, of course, as everybody knows. She's won badminton 6 times. She's the reigning world champion. And you can see why. She just lets him run and jump, and she is very, very aggressive. She's just a wonderful rider across difficult terrain.
You know, the best part about her is that the horses love her. She inspires the horses, where there are other riders that demand that the horses go, and she just inspires them to go. They love her. She's coming up to fence number 7. This has been the fence that has caused some trouble all day long today. Trots there, pops into the water, and very neatly done.
One stride, Tad.
One stride through the water,
Okay.
and just bounced right up on top and off and in. Watch the enthusiasm in this horse's face. You know, people wonder why these horses do this sport, and they do it because they love it.
3 cheers for the ladies in the world. Karen Stives, the United States, Virginia Holgate of Great Britain, and Torrance Watkins Fleischman of the United States. Currently 1, 2, 3.
The funny situation for Lucinda Green now, though, is that she must produce a good team score also. She's not really so much in the running for an individual medal, and she might be tempted to take the slower option some places.
And here we have David Foster. He's jumping up the second of the waterfalls. Horse is looking a little bit tired. This is about, and he hangs a leg there and almost comes apart. David did a very good job of recouping his balance, and the horse's balance as well.
And we're going to return to Fairbanks Ranch, and what a spot. A beautiful golf course where the cross-country course is just a perfect test for these 48 horses and riders.
There's only one Super Bowl of cereal, and there's only one taste that makes it the super taste of Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
Just think of crispy golden flakes.
Delicious, crunchy flakes of corn.
So pure and simple, just can't wait.
Low in sugar, loaded with vitamins and iron.
So good for you, don't hesitate.
For a Super Bowl of our most nutritious corn flakes ever.
What a Super Bowl. Have yourself a Super Bowl. Kellogg's Corn Flakes. Super taste, super good. Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
Excuse me, sir. What is it? I was just wondering if the job is short order. Got any experience? Sir, come on. Come on. I don't get it. All right. It's all yours.
Come get it. It's the one you grow up with. Come get it. Come get it.
And Lucinda Green's horse, Regal Realm, will see the Western Ghost Time for the first time. Lucinda has, of course, walked the course.
That's right, Chris. These horses really have to think quick on their feet. They've never seen these jumps before. She comes around the turn, sets them up, and then he has to really figure out what exactly is in front of him. You can see his ears are pricked there. Makes a huge jump over that 6-foot wide table, handles it very well. And this horse is really cooking.
She's really horsebacking, Bill.
She really is. She just looks so comfortable going cross country, and she just lets him run and jump. She likes a more wide open course than this for that reason. She really goes over a course like badminton as if it were a racetrack. I mean, you never realize there are difficult fences there.
Another big fence, Watts Wall. 5-foot wide ditch in front of it, and he makes it look like nothing.
Bill mentioned badminton, a true test. All right. Coming out from New Zealand, we're looking at Mark Todd now on Charisma, standing 4th following Dressage at Santa Anita.
And this horse and rider are a very talented combination, Chris. And here's Lucinda, and you can see she is really covering some ground. This horse is very fast. As we said, this is his forte, and this is where he shines.
She has won badminton 6 times with 6 different horses.
And Mark Todd is also a badminton winner. He's one of the few people who's challenged Lucinda's supremacy at badminton in recent years.
Lucinda coming up to the Fairbanks now. She has a choice of a quick way and a slower way, and she's opting for the slower way.
Yeah, she's got to produce the team score, Tad. Otherwise, she could really cost Great Britain a chance for a team medal.
She does that very neatly, though, makes a quick turn.